لله رب العالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه وخليله بعثه الله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل بدعة ضلالة أما بعد. The successes of this dunya and the success of this akhirah is reliant upon one thing, and that's iman, firm belief. That a Muslim's heart is full of belief and iman. One of the key elements of iman is tawakkul, reliance upon Allah. That a person in all of their affairs relies upon Allah alone. وَعَلَى اللَّهِ تَوَكَّلُوا إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. It's a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And rely upon Allah if you are true believers. Rely upon Allah if you are true believers. There is no complete iman without tawakkul. If someone's heart believes in Allah and the Day of Judgment and the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, but there's a lack of reliance upon Allah in the heart, such a heart is weak and deficient and lacking in iman. Tawakkul contains several elements that we have to achieve before we can say we have truly relied upon Allah. The first of these is that one turns to Allah in the first place. A person turns to Allah in their difficulties and their daily affairs. If someone was to call in and say such and such a problem has occurred, is the first thing that comes to mind, Allah is our helper? Allah is our helper. Is that the first thing that comes to mind with most people? Most likely not. Most likely, most of us, this thing is absent. Our first thing is, how can I get there? What can I do? What can this happen? And so on. Reliance on Allah is absent. It comes later sometimes. It comes at a stage which is late. Turning towards Allah is the first and most important element. Leaving your affair to Him. And one of the du'as of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَلَا تَكِلْنِي وَلَا تَكِلْنَا إِلَىٰ أَنفُسِنَا طَرْفَةَ عَيْنٍ. Don't leave us to ourselves. Don't leave our affairs to ourselves for a blink of an eye. Because the moment one thinks, I am powerful or I am in charge of my affairs, if I want something it will happen, if I don't do it it won't happen, then as soon as that becomes part of our belief, we'll be ruined. We'll be ruined. It's very vital that a person links and attaches their heart to Allah alone. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, which we've just repeated 4 times when listening to the adhan. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. There is no will and no power except with Allah. And saying it is easy. Saying it is easy. But it needs to be fully inculcated and established in the hearts. The second element is that we realize, and this one is very, very important, that we realize the weakness of human beings. That we understand the weakness of human beings and the weakness of creation. How often does a person suffer with a job or wealth? And no way do they have any thought that Allah is the one who provides. Allah is the one who provides. No, the issue is, I'm going to work to find a job. I'm going to do research. If I do research, it will come. If he agrees to give me the job, I will have the job. If he agrees, I will have it. If he says yes, then if this happens, who said that? Did Allah permit that? Allah is the one who gives and provides. Whether the dunya agrees or the dunya disagrees, whether the 7 billion people on the face of the earth agree or disagree, accept or reject, if Allah has decreed something, it comes. How often does a person search for a wife or search for a husband and they attach their heart to the wife's father, or she attaches her heart to him? If he agrees, this is going to be the best marriage in the world. Who told you? If her father agrees that this will work out and this will happen, who told you? If I speak to him, he'll help me and who said this? إِنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الرَّزَّاقُ ذُو الْقُوَّةِ الْمَتِينَ. Allah is the one who provides. Allah is the one who gives. Allah is the one who blesses one with a husband, blesses one with a wife, blesses one with wealth. And we know that wealth is one of the things that have been decreed before one was even born. Specifically written down. Even though everything was decreed, wealth specifically was noted down. You will not receive a penny more than what has been written. No one will. We will not receive a penny more than what's been written. And we won't receive a penny less than what has been written. No way. So attachment has to be with Allah. Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he was thrown in the pit, about to be burnt alive. About to be burnt alive. And listen to this story. This doesn't just show the weakness of human beings, the weakness of all of Allah's creation. Jibreel alayhi salam came to him and said, "Alaka li haja?" Do you want something from me? Do you want some help from me? In the pit, about to be burnt alive. Jibreel alayhi salam, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, I saw Jibreel and he had 600 wings. Try to imagine 600 wings. 600 wings. With the tip of one of those 600 wings, he turned nations upside down. Cities, countries, towns turned upside down by Jibreel alayhi salam. With the tip of one wing. The tip. Not the whole wing. The tip of one wing out of 600. Such a giant and a magnificent creature comes to Ibrahim and says, do you need something from me? Jibreel alayhi salam, if he wanted to, could have turned the whole city upside down. What was Ibrahim alayhi salam's response? أَمَّا لَكَ فَلَا. As for you, if Jibreel says, do you need something? He says, from you? No. As for Allah, فَحَسْبُنَا اللَّهُ وَنِعْمَ الْوَكِيلُ. As for you? No. Subhanallah, Jibreel, a giant of a creature, not a weak human being. Not a weak human being like the 7 billion people that we turn to. A giant, a mountain. And he said, no. Because he knows, I know somebody who's stronger than you. I know somebody more powerful than you. I know who your creator is. Maybe you're powerful, maybe you're big, maybe you're this. I know who your creator is. Subhanallah. This was Ibrahim's response. As for you, no. As for Allah, فَحَسْبُنَا اللَّهُ وَنِعْمَ الْوَكِيلُ. As for Allah, then Allah is sufficient for us. And how blessed a sufficer He is. This is a lesson we need to learn. This is the example of Jibreel alayhi salam and the Prophet. Imagine our example and how we rely on human beings. Weak human beings who can offer nothing. And this is vital in all our affairs. Sometimes a person is upset with their wives, or upset with their husband, or their wife or husband has a certain trait which is disobedient to Allah, and you're upset about it and you want to change it. Allah can change it. Allah can change it. Why are the hands not being raised to say, oh Allah, correct the affairs? Oh Allah, guide my wife. Oh Allah, guide my husband. Oh, and so on. And the heart is patient and the heart is firm. But look, the first thing that comes to mind is, I'm going to do something to change this. I will do. As though we are in control of the affairs of other people and our own affairs. This is a big mistake. And every person can think about their own situation in this regard. Everyone's situation is different. Some people lack tawakkul when it comes to marriage. Some people when it comes to children. Their children are astray. Their children are not the way you want them to be. So you rely upon yourself. Ah, it's fine. If I take them to the Shaykh, he'll fix them up. The Shaykh will sort them out without problem. If I take them to the masjid, they'll be sorted out. If I take them to the Imam, he'll fix everything up. The Imam is who? And the Shaykh is who? A human being who is weak and in need like everyone else. Just like everyone else. And this is common with dua. We ask other people for dua, which is fine. But we ask it thinking that only their dua will be accepted. This is a perfect opportunity. If he makes dua, no one will reject his dua. Who said this? If I make dua, my dua is rejected, but his dua is accepted. So brother, make dua for me, please. Everyone is in need of Allah's permission. Everyone is in need of Allah's permission. This second element is very important. That we never attach our hearts to people. Never do we attach our hearts to people. No matter how high quality such an individual is. Maybe a person is very knowledgeable, maybe a person is very pious and righteous, but they're not going to guide you. They're not the ones who will guide us. They're not the ones who will guide us. The third element out of the four, and there are several elements more than that, but these four we'll stick to. That is realizing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do anything and will do anything if He wills. If we were to ask anyone, can Allah do anything? Every Muslim will say yes, of course. Every Muslim makes dua. Every Muslim asks Allah. In the story of Musa alayhi salam, and this is reflecting the state of the majority of us. In a narration, Musa saw a servant of Allah making dua and making dua and making dua and making dua and repeating and repeating. So Musa said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, "Oh Allah, your servant here is making dua and repeating and repeating and repeating. And you're the Almighty and you give to whoever you wish." So he said, "Oh Musa, you do not know that he makes dua and his heart is attached to someone else. He makes dua but the heart is attached to someone else. Oh Allah, give me that job. But in the heart, if the boss accepts, he's the one who decides. The heart is attached to the boss. The boss of the company, the manager, he's the one who decides. He's the one in charge. But I'll make dua." What kind of dua is that? I attach my heart to a specific individual. Oh Allah, bless me with a righteous spouse. But the heart is attached to someone else. Oh Allah, guide my children. But the heart is attached to someone else. This is a big disease. It's a big problem. Brush all of mankind to the side. Ibrahim, as we just said, brushed Jibreel to the side. Jibreel alayhi salam. As for you, no. As for Allah, فَحَسْبُنَ اللَّهُ وَنِعْمَ الْوَكِيلُ. So we need to brush people aside. Human beings are weak, Allah. Human beings are weak. As much good as appears to us, and as much strength and as much knowledge as appears to us, we have to understand they're weak. Human beings are weak. And if this is not instilled in the heart, we will continue to ask people and beg people and chase after people, and our hearts will be full of distress. Never will we be content. Never can one be content if their heart is attached to someone else. And this is important for those who are, may Allah reward the brothers who are working extremely hard to arrange things during the month of Ramadan, to arrange the Khotba, to arrange Taraweeh and the Iftar and so on. This is very important for people who are active in doing this kind of things. Sometimes they attach the success of their work to people. If we have such and such an Imam come, then the whole of Feltham will be happy. If we have such and such an event, everyone will be happy and it will be a great success. If the people come, it will be a great success. And this is a mistake. It's a mistake. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if He wills that people turn away from the work that someone is doing, you can invite an Imam Malik ibn Anas and people still won't benefit if Allah wills. This is vital to understand. that a person never attaches themselves to things of the dunya and people and work and wealth. Attachment is to Allah alone. And the fourth element we'll come on to in the following khutbah. The first element we said is turning to Allah. Turning to Allah in the first place. Or you make dua, or you ask Allah, you turn yourself to Allah, you leave your affairs to Allah. And the second is belittle human beings. Humans are weak. Human beings are weak. And the third element we said is to realize that Allah is able to do all things. أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه كان غفارا. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إله الأولين والآخرين وأشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله النبي الأمين بعثه الله بالهدى واليقين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين. أما بعد, this quality, brothers and sisters, is vital for us to handle. Is vital for us to understand and to obtain. Just like the importance of reliance upon Allah is important, we need to rely upon Allah in order for Him to increase our hearts in tawakkul. So we rely upon Allah and we ask Allah so that He fills our hearts with reliance upon Him, more reliance upon Him. It's vital. If one relies upon Allah and has no need for anyone else, wallahi, no one can be happier than such a person. No one can be happier than a person. No one can be more content. No one can be more pleased than a person who has complete reliance upon Allah. No one. No one. Especially in this time of increased distress, increased anger, increased irritation. Everyone is angry, everyone is irritated, everyone is stressed out, everyone is depressed. All things are irritating, people lack patience and so on. And so it has an effect on us. We start to become less patient. We start to become irritated as well. Everyone around us is irritated and angry. We start to become angry as well. So we are in need of hearts that are content. Some hearts that are relaxed. Individuals that are filled with tranquility and some peace. And this only comes about if one relies upon Allah only. Relies upon Allah. Can we imagine the heart of Ibrahim alayhi salam? If in such a severe situation, he says, I don't need anything from Jibreel. If we were in such a situation, maybe the weakest of people can say, do you need some help? You'd beg him for help. Do anything you can. Anything you can. The weakest of people. A short and weak and poor individual comes along and says, do you need something? You would beg such a person. Ibrahim alayhi salam says no to anyone, whether it's Jibreel or anyone else. For how content can the heart of Ibrahim be? How filled with iman and tranquility would the heart of Ibrahim be if that's his state, alayhi salam. And his wife also, in a famous story where he left his wife Hajar and his sons in an empty place, without much food, without much drink, without much people. So she turns to him and says, Ya Ibrahim, how can you leave us in such and such a place and with nothing, no people and no so on? And he didn't respond to her. Then she said to him, Allah amaraka bihada? Was it Allah who commanded you to do this? So he turned his head, nodded and said yes. So she said, إِذَنْ لَا يُغَيُّرْنَا. In that case, He will never allow us to go astray. These were the hearts, full of reliance upon Allah, full of reliance upon Allah, and completely distant from the weak human beings who can do nothing. And we know the famous hadith of Ibn Abbas, وَعْلَمْ أَنَّ الْأُمَّةَ لَوْ اجْتَمَعَتْ عَلَىٰ يَنْفَعُكَ بِشَيْءٍ لَمْ يَنْفَعُكَ بِشَيْءٍ إِلَّا قَدْ كَتَبَهُ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكَ. لَمْ يَنْفَعُكَ إِلَّا بِشَيْءٍ قَدْ كَتَبَهُ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكَ. if the whole ummah, the whole nations came together to benefit you with something, one thing, everyone came together, they will not benefit you with anything except what Allah has decreed for you. And if they gather to harm you with something, they will not harm you except with something Allah has decreed. So human beings aren't worth it, wallah. So we need to empty our hearts from attachment to human beings and attachment to the dunya altogether. This dunya is insignificant, and this dunya is not worth the stress, and this dunya is not worth the worry. ركعتا الفجر خير من الدنيا وما فيها. 2 rak'ahs of fajr are better than this dunya and what's in the dunya. 2 rak'ahs of fajr. 2 rak'ahs of fajr, a sunnah, not even an obligatory salah, is better than the dunya and what is in the dunya. If that's 2 rak'ahs of fajr, and this is narrated in the hadith of Aisha radiallahu anha, if 2 rak'ahs of fajr, or the sunnah, is better than the dunya and what's in it, a sunnah on one day only, imagine the number of sunnah we've prayed, and the fara'id we've prayed, and the number of jum'ahs we've attended, and so on. How much is that worth? How much is that worth? So it's very important that the hearts are not attached to this dunya, not attached to people. People won't guide Allah. A human being won't guide. And this is common when we have a problem, when we have something we want to fix. Whether I have a sin that I keep committing that I want to get rid of, or I'm not able to recite the Quran, or I'm not able to focus in my salah, we attach the hearts to the iman. This is so common. This is so common. If I attend a lecture on how to attain khushu' in salah, I will have khushu' in salah until yawm al-deen. No way. No way will this happen. Allah is the one who gives the heart's khushu', and Allah is the one that gives the heart's iman, and gives them tawakkul. Not the shaykh, not the imam, not the teacher. These are just ways to reach the goal. And this is the 4th element. That is that a person acts. A person acts. A person does what they can. A person who says, oh Allah, bless me with a righteous child, bless me with a righteous child, bless me with a righteous, and doesn't get married. Where's the child going to come from? Oh Allah, bless me with a job, bless me with work, bless me with wealth, and so on. And he doesn't work, he doesn't look for a job. Where's the wealth going to come from? Oh Allah, help me to attain khushu' in salah. Help me to get rid of sins. How is this going to disappear if what you're doing is of course leading you to sin? We go to the places that result in sin, and visit websites that will result in sin, and attend places that result in sin, and we say, oh Allah, help me. No. We act first. We need to act. We work. We put the effort in to change. We put the effort in to find the righteous spouse. We put the effort in to teach our children. We put the effort in to find wealth and a job. And then we have reliance upon Allah. We put the effort in by studying, by asking if we're not sure, asking for advice. And the Prophet ﷺ, as Abu Hurairah says about him, I have not seen anyone who consults his companions more than the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet ﷺ has Allah revealing things to him, and still he consults people. He asks people, what do you think? What's your view? What's your opinion? So these are ways to help us reach the goal. But the problem arises when we attach our hearts to these ways. This is the problem. And I hope this distinction is understood. Doing things, working hard, is necessary. Is necessary. A person cannot sit at home and say, I have tawakkul. That's a lie. Such a claim is a lie. No one can make such a lying claim. You work and you put the effort in, things that you want to achieve, you work hard to achieve, then you rely upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if things don't go away, you say, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Once you put the effort in, once the effort has been put in. Finally, brothers and sisters, and this was spoken of maybe a few weeks ago, and that is the importance of keeping away from sins in order for our dua to be accepted. And we know the famous hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. A person traveling, and he raises his hands to the sky, says, Ya Rab, Ya Rab. And we know that traveling is one of the instances where dua is more likely to be accepted. So he's traveling, and he raises his hand, and he's consistent, and he says, Ya Rab, Ya Rab. But he's not accepted. Why? مطعمه haram. His food is haram. ومشربه haram. And his drink is haram. وملبسه haram. His clothing is haram. وغذي بالحرام. And he is consumed nothing but haram. فأنا يستجاب له أو فأنا يستجاب لذلك. How is such a person going to be responded to? And this links into the fourth element of tawakkul, and that is acting. Acting. To summarize, and I hope this message is taken away and implemented, because wallahi it is the cause of many of our problems today. A person relies upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in everything. Whether it's work, whether it's wealth, whether it's family, whether it's health. Whether it's health is another important one. And the second thing is that we do not give more weight to people than they deserve. We put people in their place. We put people in their place. They don't deserve more than what they are. These people that we are begging, these people that we are chasing, these people that we are asking, these same people will come on the day of judgment without clothing, crying, begging, sweating. Is such a person worthy of asking and chasing after and then? No, Allah. The third is that we have firm belief. Firm belief. It's no good making the dua. Okay, let's go and have tawakkul upon Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Allah. If the heart is empty, that's not real tawakkul. That's not real reliance upon Allah. And the final element is that we act. We act and do actions. We do things, we work hard, we put the effort in, everything that is available in order to allow us to achieve our goal, that is halal and mubah, we do it, and at the same time we have reliance upon Allah. And I have no shadow of a doubt that if someone's heart is filled with iman and reliance upon Allah, no matter of this dunya will harm them. No matter of the dunya will be taken seriously. Wallahu a'lam. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم ثبتنا بالقول الثابت في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم ثبتنا بالقول الثابت في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم أصلح فساد قلوبنا. اللهم أصلح فساد قلوبنا. اللهم أصلح فساد قلوبنا. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وعافنا واعف عنا. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين في كل مكان. اللهم انصر إخواننا المجاهدين في كل مكان. اللهم أفرغ عليهم صبرا وثبت أقدامهم وانصرهم على القوم الكافرين. وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وأقم الصلاة.